Good week of prep for our team. We know what challenge lies ahead. NFC North divisional game. We got to go play well and wrap up what's been a 3-game road trip, or 3 games in a row on the road. Hard to do in the NFL, but our team just had the type of week of prep that looks like they're going to be focused and ready for the challenge that we know the Chicago Bears will be on Sunday. We will rule Josh Oliver out for the football game this weekend, hoping to get him back and rolling just in a limited capacity early next week and see how his availability looks for next week. And then Gabe Murphy and Nick Muse, both in their 21-day windows, will make a determination on their availability for the game, but they'll be questionable for the designations, and outside of that, we will not have any other designations for the game.
Just in terms of replacing Oliver, what kind of challenge is that with how unique he is?
Yeah, it's a big challenge just because of all the things that he does on a snap in and snap out basis, from physicality as a blocker to clearly what people have seen his ability to catch the football and be dynamic in the middle of the field for us. So having TJ back is huge, and he's been getting some really good work and a lot of early, the weighty down touches. But between him and Johnny and kind of the rest of how that plays out with our roster, maybe we'll see some guys make some impacts on some different down and distances than maybe we've seen up until this point, and we need to. It's a huge part of our offense.
Is it more the ankle that's keeping him out than the wrist, or is it kind of...
Yeah, it's the ankle. Yeah, it's the ankle from he had been really playing through anything and everything. He's a warrior. He just needs to get back to a place where he can use that ankle and be ready to roll.
What principles kind of stand out to you?
They're always well coached. They always play incredibly hard, tackle, do all the fundamentals right, and then there's a schematical side where there's challenges every time you play them. They know they do a really good job of putting their players in a position to play fast and make things hard on us as an offense, yet it still seems their guys are incredibly locked and loaded and prepared for the games to go play fast and physical. And it's a challenge at the line of scrimmage. I think been around Montez Sweat, early on in his career, and it's well documented how much what I think of him as a player. Great linebackers, 2 really good ones, really 3 really good ones when they play their base defense, and I think they've got one of the best corners in football to go along with a really complete secondary. I know Brisker's out right now. He's a really good player, but Kyler Gordon, really good nickel that makes plays in the run and pass.
Just in terms of Bo Richter on special teams, when did you get a sense that he might be a guy that could make an impact there? Training camp, preseason?
Yeah, I think it goes back to even, when we identified him as somebody we wanted to bring in post-draft because of he's got a very unique skill set where he can play in space, but yet he's still a big, strong guy that can, be used in different jobs in the 4 phases. And we thought at some point, during his time here, that he would have a chance to really impact the special teams phase while he's still growing and developing in a really deep outside linebacker room. And he just has come on, and every week it feels like I'm showing clips to the team of him making a great block, sustaining a great block, really smart player, so he understands how to use his strength and athleticism to understand angles and how to kind of do his job at a really high level. He's been really good. It's been really good to watch Bo do his thing.
Kevin, since Thomas Brown has taken over, how have you seen that change what they do offensively, just with him calling plays?
Yeah, it's just pretty small sample size, but you could see it early on. Thomas is really smart. He knows how to get his playmakers involved a lot of different ways, and he's built clearly around the premise of trying to allow Caleb's great talent to just be on display and help him, get the ball out of his hands and put the ball in play, stack completions. They ran the football really well last week against a good defense, and it's gonna be a challenge. And I know Thomas is gonna have a great plan. We got to be ready to roll for a lot of different guys that can impact the game from a skill standpoint, and then how he's going to call it and try to get those guys the ball. So can't let it be easy on them on the early downs. Got to get them into some more difficult D&Ds on the third downs and see if we can get off the field.
I know it's the one game, but was there a tick up at all in the zone read stuff they were doing from what they had done with Waldron, or has that kind of been pretty consistent?
Yeah, I don't know that. I just know that we're preparing for all the things they put on tape both last week and previously with a new coordinator in Shane all season. So knowing that they can't totally reinvent a brand new offense, but principles of it that they applied and maybe did a little bit more of or less of, you take note of it and try to put together the best plan you can. Thanks, John.
Thank you.